We pull no punches. Press the button, subscribe.
Fight fans, and welcome. I'm delighted to be joined on my channel today by European light heavyweight champion Brad Ray. Brad, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having us on.
No problem. It's great to get you on. I really appreciate your time for coming on my channel, mate.
No, mate, not a problem. I know it was a bit hard work, wasn't it? it's a bit hard work getting a reply on.
It's all good. I'm used to it now with this boxing interviewing game. Trust me, I'm used to it. So we'll come on to your fight soon, but first of all, last time out in Hull on a GBM show, you was crowned the new European light heavyweight champion in a cracking fight against Shakan Pitters. You won by a unanimous decision. It was close on the cards at the final bell, but was you confident that you'd won that fantastic fight?
Yeah, look, at the time, I thought that I'd done enough to win, but I was a bit unnervy on the night. With it, he was the home fighter, promoted by GBM, and like you said, I thought it was a close fight, and I've since watched it back, and I think it was a bit more convincing than I maybe thought on the night. I don't think there was maybe too much to worry about. But look, you never know in this game, do you? Until your hand's raised and you've got that belt over your shoulder. Anything can happen, unfortunately. It's just boxing. But look, I thought I'd done enough to nick it on the night, and then I watched it back and I thought I'd won a little bit more convincingly.
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight, and I think it was a few weeks before that fight might even a bit close. I actually had Shakan Pitters on. He's a great lad. You're a great lad. It was a fantastic fight for two really good guys of the game. And I was actually on holiday at the time, watching it on DAZN on my phone. And I'm really glad I tuned into that because it was well worth it. So after that fight, Frank Warren and Queensberry snapped you up. Can you tell us more to the deal you've got at the minute? I don't know if you can, but what kind of fight deal is it? How many fights have you got with Queensberry and Frank Warren?
Yeah, so we've got the deal with Warren there. I've got my first fight 1st of November, and then we'll look at going from there. We'll see how we go. But I just want to build, kind of go one step at a time, one fight at a time. And for me, look, Queensbridge's the place to be at the moment. It's Frank and his stable are booming, putting on massive shows, and look, I think it's the best place for me to be, especially with the light heavyweight division. I think it's stacked, and I think the majority of them fighters are signed with Frank Warren. So yeah, look, it's exciting times. It's exciting times to get in the mix because I feel like I've been sidelined for a few years. But yeah, look, I think it's my time now to get in the mix, and we're starting the 1st of November. We're jumping in at the deep end with Lyndon. It's there was easy fights on the table, but it's a fight that excites me, and it's a fight that I'm up for, and I think it's a fight that will really propel me forward in my career.
Absolutely, and as you say, it's a big turnaround as well. The best stage of your career is now. On to big things, as you said. A new show has been announced, 1st of November, called Lights Out. 3 big light heavyweight fights, headlined by Joshua Buatsi versus Zach Parker. Obviously, you're on the card against Lyndon Arthur for your European title, and bragging rights of Manchester, of course, at the new Co-op Live. I've seen the presser, I've seen other media outlets with your interviews and that. You're absolutely buzzing for this fight, aren't you?
I am. Look, I'm excited for it. It's these are the type of fights I used to dream about being in when I was a kid, and look, to be on such a big stage in an all Manchester affair for such a huge title. It's look, these are the nights that I used to dream about as a kid, and when the opportunity was put to us, like you say, there was probably easier options on the table, in my opinion. There was lesser names than Lyndon, people who hadn't competed at the same level as Lyndon. But for that factor, it was a no-brainer for me. I had to take the fight, and it was a fight that excited me. It was a fight that I got up the most for, and yeah, look, I'm looking forward to being involved in it, and I think we're going to bring the best out in each other.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really really good card as well, and for us boxing hardcores, it's one we're all really looking forward to. And I did see Lyndon Arthur, with respect, saying he's had bigger fights than this. Obviously, he's talking about sharing the ring with Dimitri Bivol, Anthony Yard 3 times. With comparison to your only loss to Tyler Denny, which was at middleweight, would it be fair to say that this is a real big step up for you?
Oh, massive! Look, he's right. He has been in bigger fights than this, and this is the biggest fight of my career, without a doubt. Well, I didn't see a problem with him saying that. I thought he was right in saying what he said. But it doesn't matter to me. It's in the past, and I'm looking forward to the future, and I'm looking forward to in the future being in bigger fights like this at some point. Like I say, just taking it one fight at a time, one step at a time, one foot in front of in front of the other, and yeah, just going with the flow. But yeah, like, I didn't see any problem with what he said, and like I said, I think I probably agree with it. But it is what it is. That's the past, and I'm looking towards the future.
Well, it's like sort of obviously it's the bragging rights of Manchester and it's for your European title, but it's like sort of respectful beef, isn't it? Rather than some of the bullshit sometimes you see to build fights up of, going at each other really bad. It's like sort of like a respectful beef, isn't it, between you both?
Yeah, of course. Like, I've known Lyndon a long time, and I do respect him, and I respect him and his team. And like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, he's in my path. He's in my way of where I want to be. So he has to be removed. He has to get out of the way. It's simple as that. And look, afterwards, I'm sure we'll shake hands. We'll have a laugh. We'll have a joke. We'll have a pint, and look, it's all forgotten about. But for now, he's in my way. And look, I don't have to. A lot of fighters, it's a side of boxing that I just can't stand the fakeness and the fake beef beforehand, the unnatural, like it just does me head in. It's not me. I don't have to pretend to not just like someone. I don't have to pretend that I've got beef with someone to try and go and knock them out. You know what I mean? I find it very easy to like someone, to respect someone, and the first bell rings and I'm trying to take your head off. It's simple as I've done it since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I find it very easy. And look, I get on with Lyndon. I like Lyndon. I respect Lyndon. But 1st of November, I'm trying to knock him out.
Yeah, it's brilliant insight that is as well. Well, Lyndon Arthur lost the Bivol fight by unanimous decision. He held his own 2 out of the 3 fights against Anthony Yard, the one he won. He always comes across as a tough, rugged, durable fighter, even at the top level he has. Do you see this as a difficult task to break him down?
Yeah, of course. Look, it's a not just a difficult task to break him down. It's a difficult task. Full stop. He's a world level fighter. You know what I mean? He's been in there with the best light heavyweight in the world, and he went 12 rounds with the best light heavyweight in the world. And he's been IBO champion. He's experienced. He's been at that level. It's still new to me. You know what I mean? That was my first 12-round fight. He's been there and he's done it multiple times. But I've got to gain experience somewhere. You know what I mean? I've got to go and do it for the first time. I've got to go and do it early on. A few times. You know what I mean? Like, and this is me stepping up to that next level. And like I say, it's a tough opponent. It's a tough fight, but I don't want to be lingering about. I feel like I've wasted years in my career in the past few years, not being signed up, not having big fights, having to fight on smaller shows to stay busy. I feel like I've wasted time, so I'm not wasting any more. Picking easier fights or going in lesser names or trying to pick up lesser titles. Throw me in at the deep end because I feel like I'm ready.
Great attitude. I mean, when you look at fighters like, say, in the heavyweight division, like your Joseph Parkers, who have got a reputation and their career shows that they're willing to step in with anybody, like heavyweight, you're exactly the same, aren't you? That mentality.
What have you got to lose at this point? You know what I mean? That was I want to test myself. I want to be in there with the best, and I want to prove the level I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm picking these fights, or I want these fights because I feel like I win these fights, and I feel like they'll do a lot for my career. They'll really propel me to that kind of next stage of my career, and that's what it's all about for me. It's about testing yourself, and it's about, if there is doubters, it's about proving them doubters wrong and showing people what I can do. And yeah, look, I don't do things the easy way. I don't pick easy fights. It's just I never have. And you know, we want to get stuck in. We want to be in good fights. We want to be in fights that fans get excited about. We want to be in fan friendly fights. We want to, you know, people standing up off the seats in the 12th round. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I want, because before I'm a fighter, you know what I mean? I'm a boxing fan, and that's what
Yeah.
I love. You know what I mean? And I know what the fans love, because I love it as well, and that's what I want to deliver.
It's certainly, as me as a boxing hardcore fan, I certainly think this fight should deliver. How is training camp going for you?
Yeah, it's going well. You know, we've had plenty of notice, which is nice, which isn't always the case. So it was nice to have a few weeks dipping the toe in, nice and steady, getting back into the routine, and then yeah, look, we're back sparring now, back putting the foot on the gas, and I think it's 9 weeks tomorrow. So still plenty of time, but a lot of them camps fly by. Blinking, you miss it, and look, yeah, it'll soon be fine night.
Well, the fight isn't too long away, as you've said. Your name is Brad the Sting Rayer. How do you envisage the fight will go against Lyndon Arthur? Is he getting stung that night?
You know, they're all getting stung. Everybody's getting stung. But yeah, look, I've got a job to do. Get my hand raised at the end of the night, and that's not just important to me. It's to do it in fashion where, like you say, I'm exciting the fans. I'm getting people talking. I'm getting my new promotional team saying, you know what, maybe we should back this kid. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a little dark horse, and that's it. You know, I think this is obviously my last fight. Back on a big platform on the Zone and on the GBM show, but look, this is a different level now. This is a different stage, and it's time to really, really announce myself to not just the diehard boxing fans, but to the casual fans, to the eyes in Manchester that'll be on just because it's a Manchester derby, to the football fans who will have eyes on it just because it's a derby. And look, if I win this fight, it's time for me to really start building that fan base and showing people, look, come and watch me because I'm exciting, because I put bums on seats, because you'll have a great night, you'll get pissed, and we'll have it off afterwards. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
I think this is the fight that's going to do that for me.
Well, you're on the best boxing platform there is at the moment, certainly with Queensbury and DAZN. So, effectively, you're not just looking to win; you're looking to make a serious statement, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. Look, I am in every fight. I'm not happy with winning. You know, winning isn't enough. I need to do it in a certain type of fashion, and whether if that's a first round knockout or whether if that's a 12-round fight of the year contender, you know what I mean? I want people talking the next day. But did you watch that last night?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Or when people get into the gym Monday with the lads, did you watch that fight on Saturday? Or did you see that shot? That's what I want to do. You know, I want to bring that excitement. And yeah, look, I know I'm capable of doing that. It's just down to me to go and deliver.
Fantastic stuff. Well, it definitely is a very intriguing contest on a quality night of boxing in Manchester. The time is now, Brad. You're on the up, especially with this fight, to make a statement. Where can you imagine yourself in 2026 in your boxing career?
Yeah, look, I feel like I'm good enough and I'm capable with the backing that I've got now and the team that I've got surrounding me. Look, just keep on going to the top, and I won't be in the game if I felt like I had a ceiling, if I felt like I was going to hit a point. It's not what it's about for me. I want to carry on being in these big fights, and look, there's so many good, especially domestically, there's so many good fights to be made. I want to pick up big titles. The British title has always been one for me, and I think me having the European title and then when it comes down to it, whoever's got the British title at that point, you know, British and European on the line, it's a massive fight. And like, I want one of them British titles. I do. I always have since I was a kid, and that's definitely on the agenda over the next year or so. And then, like I say, look, we just keep pushing on. We keep pushing on, and we see how far we can go. But look, I believe I can get to the top. I believe that I'm good enough to compete at world level eventually. And I am only 27. You know, I feel like you say, I feel like I've wasted a few years, but I'm still young enough to really kick on from this point. And for me, I'm getting better all the time. I'm getting better week in, week out in the gym. And in a few years' time, look, why can't I compete at that level? Why can't I compete against world champions? Why can't I pick up world honours? You know, I feel like that's the direction I'm going in.
And I think that is the perfect way to end this interview and chat with you, Brad. I'm really looking forward to that fight. I'm looking forward to your career progression as well. I think as regards certain boxers in the sport, you're definitely one of them who deserves the accolades from where you've come from to what you're achieving now, getting that deal with Queensberry as well, being on DAZN. So, Brad, I wish you all the luck for the fight. I wish you all the luck for your future career, and I hope to get you back on again someday, mate.
So, man, thanks for having us on. And yeah, 100% after the fight, we'll get back on and hopefully we'll be celebrating another big win.
Hopefully, mate. I really hope you do it. And thanks for your time again, Brad. Really appreciate it, mate.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Nice one. Cheers.